Welcome, my page turners, to another episode of Blank Pages. I hope your week has been great. Hope it has been amazing. To my right, we finally got back Tony.
I'm here.
If you haven't noticed, it's just because she doesn't have the blanket on because it's not that cold today.
I got a cappuccino.
Oh my God. We don't have Ray today. It's fine though. It's fine. But we are back for another episode.
Hey.
Hey. How you been though? How you been, Tony? Tell the people where you been.
I've been good.
Yeah, Tony.
Overall.
Tony decided to go to South Korea to see how it was, to see if she wants to move there. Before the elections happen. But however, how was South Korea though? She's trying to run away.
Wow. It was a fun trip. I went with two of my friends, Tika and Simone. Hey.
Shout out to Tika and Simone, or I also like to call Simone.
I'm done. and it was I'm not paying you no mind. And it was a great time. We had so much fun. Yes.
She didn't want to bring me along because I would have just took up the whole entire trip with my awesomeness. I don't want to make anyone else jealous while going. However, it will be unspoken. She already apologized for not inviting me, or not. Let me stop. She did invite me, but I was unable to go. Yeah, her whole entire face was just like,
excuse me.
All right, so we're gonna open up this episode with some would you rather?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, while Tony is over here getting warm. I don't know.
Gotta get toasty.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get you a hoodie sweater. It's hoodie season, so
it's we need to get hoodies. Ooh. We need to get hoodies. We do, please.
Yes. All right, let's see. All right. You want to go first?
Sure.
Okay.
So, for my first would you rather, I have quite a few that I'm just mulling over. Khalid, would you rather have an out-of-body experience whenever you fall asleep, or feel like someone is watching you every time you're alone? Excuse me.
So the out-of-body experience, or feel like someone's watching me every time I'm alone. I feel like if I choose the latter, then I'm gonna go paranoid and eventually cuckoo crazy. So, let's just disturb my sleep real quick. Let's just disturb the sleep.
An out-of-body experience?
Yeah, because having the thought of someone watching me, no, that's weird. When I'm alone in my own house, then I'm going to think there's an intruder inside. No, I'm going to just choose the out-of-body experience. All
okay.
Right. Okay. Would you rather be able to have super strength, but you can only use it for 1 minute every 2 days? Or would you rather have super speed, but after you use your super speed powers, you go to sleep for 3 hours?
Use my super speed. I'll take super speed.
But right after you use the power, you go to sleep.
I go to sleep for 3 hours, but I can still use my powers.
What you gonna do? Show
several
up to
times
work?
A day.
How? You gonna go to work 3 hours early?
Who says I can only use it when it's time to go to work?
What would you use your super speed for?
That's for me to know. There are lots of things. I could go do groceries. I can go get to where I'm going and come back. Yeah, I could do a lot, and then I'll just make sure I find somewhere to take a little nap.
But you will fall asleep right after you use it.
Okay, that's
so
fine.
there's no going there and back as soon as
Why
you go.
Why not?
Because as soon as you stop, you go to sleep.
What if? What if?
There's no what if.
No, but that was not specific.
As soon
you
as
weren't specific.
Listen.
So I can quickly.
No.
First of all, it's my powers. First of all, it's my powers.
It's my powers.
It's my powers.
No.
So if I want to be Speedy Gonzalez when I'm getting groceries, pay for it really quickly, and come back home, I can. I don't need to stop.
The cashier's not going to see you. The cashier's not going to see
you. And that's fine. I've dropped the cash on the counter. What do you mean?
Change?
I don't need change at this point.
What you going to do? Come back for it? You going to come back for it? You're going to just drop money and come back for it?
I'll choose my super speed rather than using super strength for 2 minutes, for 1 minute. What was it? 1 minute?
Yeah.
What? And I can't use it until the next 2 days?
Yeah.
Nah.
But you're going to use super speed and go to sleep right after?
Yeah. 3 hours?
As soon as you stop.
That's fine.
So, okay.
So here's how it'll go.
Okay, because I was going to ask for the logic.
I'm going to go to the supermarket, right? Pick up everything I need to pick up. Put the money down on the counter, right?
So,
right? It's okay. Hey. Let me finish. Put the money down on the counter. Come back, stack everything out, and then stop. Bam, I go to sleep. 3 hours. Nice.
All right, that's 3 hours. Next.
What if I need my super strength and I can't use it for 2 days?
Yeah,
and I can only use...
Conserve it. What you going to use super strength for?
What if I'm getting attacked, huh?
Then you use your super strength right there.
No, what if I use it the day before to lift something up?
Why you need to lift? What you lifting up that's so
heavy?
I
got super strength. I don't need to ask nobody for help no more.
This has turned a left.
I don't need to ask nobody for help to do nothing.
All right.
Huh? Okay. What if I used my super strength yesterday and today I'm getting attacked? What am I gonna do?
My question.
What am I gonna do?
Why are you using your super strength to carry groceries, though?
I'm not using the super strength to carry groceries.
And what you doing?
But what if I use it for whatever, something? You know. And today I'm getting attacked. You mean I gotta tell them? Wait, hold on. Attack me tomorrow? Like, what? Why?
Okay. I still don't understand the speed though when you're trying to go use the groceries, because all you're gonna do is leave $100 bill down. Because if you don't,
that's fine,
and then you lose out on your change.
I pick up $100 worth of stuff. It's okay.
God forbid you don't hit nothing on the way out, because after you stop and trip, you going to sleep for 3 hours.
Why am I gonna trip?
You might trip on something.
Why would I trip? No, I'm not gonna trip.
You never saw The Boys when the guy ran straight through the dude's girlfriend?
I never saw The Boys.
Oh yeah, I forgot. All right, your turn. Before we get on this whole entire debacle again.
Sidebar. I don't know who's calling me right now, but somebody calling me and they blowing up my phone. I don't have this number saved, so I ain't answering.
Spam.
Literally. Okay, here we go. Would you rather be blindfolded and let your partner take full control, or blindfold your partner and be completely in charge?
Oh, the latter. The latter. If I'm in charge, I know exactly what I'm doing. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. And no need to elaborate. No need to go into it. That's all I gotta say. If I'm in charge, I know what I'm doing. Is she in charge? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. But if I'm in charge,
why can't you trust your partner?
I do trust my partner, but give up the opportunity for me to be in charge. No way, Jose. If I'm in charge, I know exactly what I'm doing. All right, let's see. My turn. Okay. Great. So, would you rather? You ready? Would you rather be rich, but you can't spend none of the money? Or be poor? Like, when I mean poor, like homeless, no home, no nothing. Like, can I get $1 and be able to be rich within the next 5 years? Like, you about to be rich in 5 years, but you have to be poor for 5 years.
Anybody who knows me knows I lack comfort.
Like, you rich, but you can't spend none of the money.
So that I'm still poor.
Mm-mm. You don't know that.
I can't spend the money.
You can't spend the money.
Yeah, what do I have the money for if I can't spend it?
You have it.
I can't buy what I want.
You can't spend it. Which one would you rather?
Like specifically me?
Listen, I said what I said.
Specifically me.
I said what I said. I said what I said. Miss, I'd rather have speed than not go to sleep for 3 hours.
You need to let things go, sir.
I'm trying to.
You need to let it go.
I'm trying to.
Be poor? Like no home?
No home. The equivalent of the people on 25th Street asking you for a dollar bill. Dollar bill, y'all.
By choice?
But I mean, in 5 years, you're gonna be filthy rich to buy whatever you want to buy.
But I gotta endure it for 5 years. Ooh, I like comfort.
I know you. I know you do. I know.
By choice? Did the Lord tell me? Is this a directive?
Is this God's plan for my life?
Is the Lord saying hold out for 5 years? Because if the Lord is saying hold out for 5 years, I'm going to hold out. But if it's not the Lord,
which one you choose? Well, this is hard for you, for real.
I like comfort.
I know you do.
Wow, this is really exposing a very deep part of me right now. I'll be rich and can't spend it because someone else can spend it.
There we go. I was waiting for you to catch that loophole because someone else can spend it for you.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, good job.
Have someone
Proud of
else
you.
spend it.
Because if you would have picked 5 years of being poor, I would have been like, wow, who are you?
I like comfort.
I know you do.
I can't.
And you can be.
Not by choice.
Not by choice.
It has to be a season.
Gotta be the season.
Gotta be a season.
Has called
the
to me
Lord
too.
has to have a plan. This
Yes.
must be a plan. But by choice. Choose?
Yeah. All right, your turn.
Oh. Okay. Would you rather be a master of manipulation and never get caught, or be completely transparent and still have people trust you completely?
You really don't know me. I'll pick the first one.
They don't know you.
Yeah, I'm picking the first one because massive manipulation. I'm robbing a bank. Wow. The caveat of that whole thing is never getting caught. So I'm making sure I'm getting away with all the crimes that I had dreamed about. Like robbing a jewelry store, robbing a bank. It's mostly just robbing. You know, that's what I would manipulate. I wouldn't try to manipulate y'all, your feelings and nothing. Wow. But yeah. Also, I would like to try my hand in trying to start a cult for no apparent reason. Wow. It's just like the things that people do believe is crazy. What's up? You want to be completely transparent? I'm being completely transparent right now. My turn? All right. Would you rather eat all the food that you can eat without gaining weight, but you don't have any teeth? Or eat all the food that you can eat without gaining weight, but you have no taste buds?
Eat all the food I can eat with no taste buds.
But you don't taste the food. Who
wants to have no teeth?
But you can't taste the food. What's the point of eating all the food that you can eat without having no taste buds?
I can eat with my eyes.
How you gonna think, oh, this is gonna taste amazing? Water. That's exactly what you're gonna be eating. Your cookie's gonna taste like water. Your cake is gonna taste like water.
I got a very
active your water ain't gonna taste like nothing.
I got a very active imagination. And you know why? Because then the food that looks good but tastes bad, I won't have to be disappointed because I get really disappointed. You know this. I get really disappointed when something looks good and I bite into it and it's bad.
But
pisses me off.
But imagine that same feeling, right?
But I ain't got no taste buds.
So what about chopped cheese?
I already know what chopped cheese tastes like.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
So you ready to live that whole life?
Listen, the chopped cheese that Daddy made for me one night.
You wouldn't have that experience because you don't know what it tastes like.
No,
you can't talk about it. You don't know what it tastes like.
No,
you don't know what it tastes like.
It was only that one time. We can't get the taste back, and it's just like.
If y'all don't know, Tony Yin is a sandwich person, and her favorite sandwich is chopped cheese.
Love a chopped cheese, specifically made by Danny.
Your turn.
Danny.
You over here, Daddy. Daddy. Like when did you turn into an old timer real quick? Daddy. Chopped cheese from Daddy.
Oh God. Okay, here we go. Would you rather be able to transform into any animal at will, but only when no one's watching, or have the power to control water, but only in small amounts?
So I can transform into any animal when no one's watching.
Yeah. Only when
no one's watching. So if I transform into a bird right now and go outside and go tweet, 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 and people are looking at me, do I transform back into a human? Or no, I don't, because I already transformed to a bird and they already saw me, so it don't matter.
Or they didn't watch you transform into a bird. Or
control water, but in small amounts? What is small amounts? Like sprinkle. Like how big is a sprinkle? Like we're talking about an 8-ounce cup, a 16-ounce cup.
You're getting too deep into the nitty gritty. Answer the question, my friend.
I mean, I'm gonna transform into animals while no one watching. I don't need the government to be knowing I got powers. That'll be the perfect thing. Like I can transform into any animal. Do you understand? I can fly.
Okay.
I'll fly to a.
But you'll never be able to share that with anyone.
That's fine. I can share that with people.
No, you can't. Ain't nobody gonna believe you because nobody can watch you.
Exactly, and that's even better because the government won't find me.
You're wild.
Listen, what I'm gonna do?
You're wild.
What? Okay, just like your scenario. What if I'm getting attacked? What I'm gonna do? Sprinkle water. What I'm gonna do? Sprinkle water? No.
Oh, man.
All I gotta do is, hey, look over there. Boom. Turn into a gorilla. Beat them up. Wow. And the people like, there's a wild gorilla in New York City. We need to put him down.
Wild gorilla in New York City.
I mean, I just made it. Just made it make sense, no?
A little bit. Then they're gonna want to take you down. They're gonna want to put you down. Mr. Wild Gorilla.
Okay. My turn?
Yes.
Okay.
What a dismissal. Rude.
This is just coming from the top of the head.
Okay.
You ready? Let's see. Oh, you ready? Would you rather have the ability to dance, but every time you dance, you become very sore? Or would you rather have the ability to sing? When I mean like sing, I mean like you can sing like, oh, she is the bomb diggity. But every time you sing, you get a sore throat. Like you could dance like, like Chris Brown, pop like a drop it, Michael Jackson, but you sore the next day. Or you could sing like whoever, like the best singer in the world, but next day, sore throat.
I'd say sing.
I feel like because you're Caribbean, you're gonna be like, just make me some tea.
Literally, we already know the remedies for a sore throat.
So okay,
antibiotics. I don't want to have a sore body the next day. No. Grant.
All right, your turn.
Would you rather I thought I memorized it. Would you rather explore the mysteries of the deep ocean or venture into the darkest corners of space?
Seeing that the ocean takes about more than what 60% to 70% of what the Earth is, and we only have explored only 10% of what the ocean is, without even know what the deep sea is. Within the same breath, we haven't even traveled to time or even past what most of the planets. I'm gonna have to take the deep space because I'm coming back, right?
Deep space. Yeah, you're coming back. You're coming back.
Just want to make sure I'm coming back, right? As long as I'm coming back, I'll take the deep space. Because I want to know what, you get the ocean, and then when you get to below a certain part, then you're just, I don't know, because what if there are mermaids down there? And there are also treasures that has been, shipwrecked. Oh, I don't know now, Tony Ann. This is what happens when you know a whole lot of useless things now. Because there's a whole lot of Spanish coins that's in the bottom of the ocean, but we aren't able to get it. The Titanic is in the bottom of the ocean, but they aren't able to pull it up because if you try to do it now, then it's just going to crumble it up.
Yeah, it's been down there too long.
Plus, water pressure is a thing. So if you go down there too far, you're going to die. But because I can go down there and not die, you know what? I'm going to take... But there's space, though. Like, what if you meet an alien or another planet? Or what if you travel so deep you get into a black hole and you go into another universe and you're just like, hey, how you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
Choose something.
For realistic purposes, because I know I can find treasure and be one of the treasure people, I'm going to just pick the ocean,
Okay. All right. We could do what? 2 more?
2 more.
Okay. Your turn. My turn. Why am I so hyped today?
I'm not sure.
You don't have another one.
No, I do. These are like...
spicy.
Yeah, these are spicy.
It's okay.
Would you rather walk in on your parents? Ready? Or your parents walking on you?
I have to say, I'd rather my parents walking on me. I can't. I could not fathom the thought of ever walking in. No, I don't want to know how. I don't want to know how I got here. At least I could live with the embarrassment of them walking in on me.
Like, what do you expect, Dad?
Okay. All right. Would you rather feel deeply connected to only one person for life, or have shallow connections with many people but never feel truly close?
Yeah. You really exposed me. Just give me one person. I'm fine. I don't like humans like that.
Really?
Facts. Like, what I'm going to do? Have a shallow connection with you and just be like...
But just one person?
I mean, yeah. More than likely, I'm going to marry that person. They're going to be my wife. They're going to call it a day.
You don't want no close relations with your friends.
But it's called shallow. If it's shallow, that ain't close. That's shallow. You said shallow. With multiple people and feel empty? That's depression. I'm good.
Okay.
Let me be such an introvert where my wife will have to be the extrovert for both of us. And I could build shallow connections with everybody else and just have one deep one and not feel empty inside.
Oh gosh.
Okay.
Okay.
Boom, 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 boom. Now this is a scenario into a would you rather. You're married. You're about to send a risque picture to your husband. You're about to press send. But however, would you rather accidentally send it to your father or to your boss?
To my boss.
You're going to get fired.
That's okay. That's all right. The Lord will provide.
You cannot provide that family therapy afterwards.
Not at all. What? No.
I don't know. I think I would probably not my father. Not my father. I'm not sure how the hell that even would even go down. Like that conversation would be weird. I think he would know that's not for him. But however, if me sending it to my boss, she's gonna think something differently. I don't know. I might just have to.
Keyword is accidentally.
I understand, but will she accidentally go to HR?
I mean, you'll have to have a conversation. And of course, when you accidentally send it, when you don't get a response back from your boo, you're like, you're going to go check. Hey, why I ain't got no response back? Oh my God, I sent it to the wrong person. You're going to check.
I'd rather send it to my dad. Nah. He's a dude, so he's going to understand. I can't live
with that.
But you're female. You're female. I'm a dude. So I think he'll be like, Khalid, you sent me this? I mean, like, yo, dad. That was for baby girl. Mm-hmm. I accidentally sent it to you. You see, that's an easier conversation.
I can have that immediately when I see, oh my God, sir, boss. But what your boss gonna do? I'm so sorry.
He might not feel the same way as you do.
Fire me. And then the embarrassment can end completely.
So would it be wrong if he doesn't fire you though?
Then I'll be like, damn, but I can live with that embarrassment. I can't live with the embarrassment of going home to see my dad and, no.
But you live with your husband though.
That's okay.
You won't have to go back home to your dad. But you do got to go to the work the next day.
Fire me. I'll get another job. No one has to know. There won't have to, because then it's a perpetual cycle of momentary embarrassment. Whereas with my boss, you fire me, cool. No problem.
Okay.
Or if they don't fire me, I can bear with it at work. Deal with the embarrassment. Then when I come home, I forget all about it. At family functions, I ain't got to worry about it. I don't have to worry about an awkward conversation.
But wouldn't that be an awkward moment with your boss every day, though?
Who says I'm working with the boss every day? He's just my boss. He or she is just my boss.
Is it he?
Why it has to be a he, huh?
Because you said he. You said he.
I corrected myself. I said he or she.
You see, my boss is a lady, so I don't want that awkwardness.
Okay, well, the awkwardness for you is different.
Ping look like.
Well, I got good assets, so.
No one over here arguing about your assets or not. You having more or you good?
Listen, it might be more awkward for him than me. Just, hey, boss.
You have any more? Would you rather this or are you good?
One last one.
All right.
Would you rather share your deepest desires with your partner but never have them fulfilled, or keep them secret and experience occasional spontaneous fulfillment?
I think I'll pick the occasional spontaneous, because at least you're getting it fulfilled somehow. At the other point, you're just like, yo, I like to be thrown up in the air like a helicopter.
And just never experience
it. And you just on the floor like a floor mat. No, I'm good. I'd rather be
keep
every
those
occasion.
Tidbits to myself.
Yeah. All right, you ready? This is my last one. And I know this is going to be kind of hard for you because you're a foodie, right?
Ooh.
All right. Would you rather eat 2 loaves of wet bread or blended up fish, like whipped fish?
Wet bread. I'll eat wet bread.
Wet bread? Like
I'm
soggy?
Jamaican. I used to dip bread in tea. I ain't got no problems with it.
I'd rather give you another one. I totally forgot about that part. I totally forgot about that part.
Listen, sometimes we put bread in porridge. The bread is wet.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like wet with water, like soaked up.
That's okay. Blended up fish. Have you? How do you even swallow? Blended up fish?
Okay, you ready? You ready for this one?
I don't know. What is it?
Would you rather find your passion in life or find the love of your life? And after this, we can go right into what we're talking about. But would you rather find your passion in life or find the love of your life?
I'd rather find my passion in life because I would be fulfilled regardless. Whereas the issue with only finding the love of my life, I'm not going to feel fulfilled. There's always going to be a void. Yeah, there's always going to be a void. Okay. And I don't like voids.
All right. Well, if some of y'all don't know, Tony Ann actually does have a passion. She bakes.
I do.
Oh, yeah. She's been an entrepreneur for quite some time. Not only in this business, you also do like other stuff. Like what?
Wow, you just exposing me to the world.
I mean, you technically did when you asked. Would you ask me if would I rather manipulate and get away with it? You know, I want to create crimes. Like the only reason I am not out here doing crimes is because I don't want to go to jail. And because my mother and my father in the Lord Jesus Christ. But besides all of those other reasons, yeah, I don't want to go to jail.
Let's see.
You're going to get away with it. Duh.
Whatever. Whatever.
But yeah, tell the people what you also do.
So I bake. I also write. Dang, what else do I do?
Breathe.
I breathe. I started taking pictures. So I'm a photographer. What else do I do?
You also edit videos.
Video editing, photo edit.
I got you. She also does project management. Because I don't know why she blanking so hard. She also does audio and visual effects, like engineering as well. And she also, I won't say holistic foods, but you do know how to cook.
I do know how to cook.
Yeah. So besides that, that's what Tony Ann does.
I got many skills.
Yeah.
I just don't like to share them all.
Yeah, you're very modest that way.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, today's episode we're going to be talking about
entrepreneurship.
Because both of us, we are entrepreneurs in our own right.
Oh, what are your entrepreneurial exploits?
Oh, I just breathe. I don't do nothing special. So my entrepreneur exploits or just what I do? Which one?
Both.
All right. So what I do, I sing, I video edit. I do take pictures. I think my wife is the main reason why I started to get into that niche, but it's not something like I would like to, not like have done for others. I have did like, picture directing as far as like how to pose, where's the good lighting and whatnot. Also do videography with this as well. Did I say I sing?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, great. Let's just get that out the way, because once you say you sing, everybody want to be like, can you drop a verse for me? No. Besides that, I'm also a real estate operator. I know how to sell houses, buy houses, property management, all of that. And besides that, I'm also like deeply in ministry when it comes to my church, like youth pastor over here, and also I'm praise and worship leader over here as well. So those are the few things I have done. As far as like my entrepreneurial exploits, I I have done the Amazon business. I have my own real estate business, and I have this podcast that I do manage. So yeah.
You touch on a few skills that I also forgot about. Like, I also sing, but not on like the level that you sing. Just want to clarify that right now.
Okay. She goes, I also sing, but not on the level that you sing.
I do a little graphic design with the logos
design
and stuff. And also, you said something else that I was like, yeah, I do that too.
Videography?
We went over that for me. Blah, 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 blah. I don't remember the rest, but all right. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, I realized that, like, when it came to me and doing all these things, like, for instance, video editing, it wasn't as though, like, someone taught me. It was, like, self-taught. And
figure it out.
Yeah, you got to figure it out as you go. And I realized for majority and most is the same thing. Majority of the things that I am being an entrepreneur for, it's stuff that literally I had to go through the mud in order to learn. Like video editing, I think I started that around COVID when my dad, was, preaching online and no one was going to church. So I took up that mantle, and I remember spending hours just syncing the video, syncing the sound. And this is way before, Final Cut Pro was out, syncing it for you and whatnot. Like, I was doing it manually. So by doing it that way, I started to learn how to read the sound waves and notice that, this matches up to this, and it became like instant. So it's been like a slow bake, I feel like, in that way, where God has been letting me do these random things where I think it was just like random to where I'm now managing a podcast and I am the editor-in-chief.
Videographer.
Yeah. And it's just like I could see those skills now developing now. Even where so. I can read a sound bit and know exactly what's going on, where the highs, where the lows going. Oh, I'm also a sound engineer as well. So it's like, I'm able to do those things because the time I have been developing all these skill sets within, being an entrepreneur, working for myself, even down to my real estate business. It taught me how to talk to people, even those people who don't want to be talked to.
Yeah.
Present your way, not that you're trying to be a salesperson. Like I could sell you a bottle of water, but you won't realize I'm selling you a bottle of water. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So what about you? Because I talked about my entrepreneur exploits. Like, what businesses do you have?
So before, I never really established anything as a business. I used to just do these different things, help with also like event planning. I would always help with setting up things, whether it's for youth programs and whatnot, and things like that, but nothing set in stone to say, hey, this is a business or this is an entrepreneurial like route that I'm exploring. So it wasn't until this summer that I was like, I love baking. I'm feeling the urge to go back to baking. I can make money from this and be happy and let it be, a memory to my mom. And so I started my baking business. It's called 375 Treats. Just in case you want to look it up. It's okay.
Yeah. And by the way, I am a happy customer. She made us our anniversary cake, and this is the first time I ever heard the word bento and cake put together. It was a bento box cake. Comes with 5 cakes, and the cake itself.
5 cupcakes.
5 cupcakes, by the way, not 5 cakes. But five cupcakes, and I'm not a cupcake person. I just want to let everyone know that. Not a cupcake person. Definitely was a cupcake person that day. And the cake itself, amazing.
Yeah, I heard you ate most of it.
Yeah, I don't care. I told Janika, you let it sit in the fridge way too long. And when I mean way too long, one day too many. Like I was just taking spoonfuls, put it right back. But it was it was great. And I'm not a cake person because cakes be just too dry. Like I remember explaining to her how I want my cake. And I'm not gonna repeat it. That was a conversation for both of us. But She accomplished it. All right, she accomplished it.
Oh man. So there was that. Also, with like event planning, most of it I did with like a nonprofit organization that I'm a part of called YBT, and I never like advertised that as like a business. But now that I'm looking back at it, I'm like, yeah, I could put this on my roster.
Yeah, you can.
Along with project management, with the experience that I've learned, and all the skills that I've garnered towards it, from me editing pictures, editing videos, definitely prepared me for the first time. His dad asked me to your mom, Mommy Angie, asked me to take pictures for your sister's graduation.
And they were good. I remember texting you like, yo, I need pictures for Michelle birthday. Like, I need them. And those posts was amazing.
Yes. And funny thing is that when the first time your mom asked me, I was like, ooh, I'm not comfortable because, I've never done it before. Like in terms of like taking pictures for an event. Like I take pictures for me. I take pictures for the events that I go to. I take pictures like just like for you if we're like just taking pictures.
Yeah.
But like where you have to be in the mind frame, let me capture the moments of an event.
Yeah.
I never did it before, and I was just like, I'm not professional. I never did this before. I don't know if it's gonna be up to par. And your mom was like, listen, I know you're gonna do your best, so just do your best. And I was just like, all right.
I like the way how, like, for our journeys, it always takes like that one person to start believing in you. Because I was never into this photography or videography until my dad was just like, yo, can you do this?
It's intimidating.
It is.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I don't understand the system.
Exactly.
I don't know what is going on. What is this software? And I think it's not the trust and believe. I think like my parents put like, they know you're going to do a good job. They know you're going to put your best foot forward.
Yeah.
In other words, they know you're going to do whatever it needs to take for the job to be of good quality.
Yes.
So it was like for me when it came to videography, there's a class, there's a school called YouTube.
Yeah.
Like if you don't know nothing, go to YouTube.
YouTube University.
And YouTube literally has been and is still teaching me ways.
Definitely.
Like to the point where now my editing I remember editing the guys video. Took me 5 hours just to do a whole hour and 30 minutes.
It takes time.
And it takes time. And I can honestly say back then.
You got to be willing to put in time.
But that's the thing. You got to be willing to put in that time to be able to perfect just not the whole entire thing. Just one
aspect of it.
Because as soon as you
master that segment,
is literally like the next one is just like, all right, you got to master this. Then after you master that, you got to master the other one. Then after you master all three, guess what? Now you have to reaffirm the first one. Then you got to reaffirm the second one. It's not until you can take a break until you have someone working for you. But unfortunately, you're not there yet.
Yeah. For example, like even with the last event that I just took pictures for your dad, he called me. He's like, hey, I need you for the Sunday afternoon or the Sunday evening. And I was like, yeah, he was like, I need you to, he didn't even ask he said, I need you to take pictures for me. And I said, anything for you, Pastor Mike. And then I asked him, well, what's happening this Saturday? And he was like, oh yeah, the Saturday too. And I was like, oh, okay, multiple days. All right, okay. And then for the Saturday, it was an even longer stretch. It was from 10 to 6, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. pictures. And it was intimidating, but because I mastered the level of doing one event, which just one day or a couple hours, I got leveled up I got challenged to a multi-day event. And it actually turned out that I did it for 3 days? Because I came the first night. Yeah. the Friday, the Saturday, and the Sunday.
Yeah.
Tired. Challenging.
Tired.
But it was a welcome challenge because there were so many different aspects that I had to incorporate within those events. I had to incorporate knowing how to take single still shots. I had to incorporate knowing how to take pictures at the right moment for different things that were going on. I also had to incorporate figuring out how to take pictures of musicians while they play, at what moment to take it, what to look for when they're going to have those moments. And now thinking back, the moments that prepared me for that were like when my brother Lennox used to have rehearsals with the musicians and I would be there. He would tell me, hey, Tony, record this for me or take pictures for me. And I would do that and send them the recordings after, not knowing that this would somewhere down the line within the next 10 years, because it was legit around 10 years.
Hey, what's up, Michaela?
Hi.
We have a special guest.
Hi, Michaela.
Say hi. You okay? You want to say hi?
Is that Rashad?
Yes, it is.
Hello.
All right. You want to say it?
Thanks so much.
You too.
All right.
It's okay. It's okay.
So you're talking about Lennox?
Yeah. So not knowing that him asking me to randomly, record him during these rehearsals would prepare me for this one day that I never knew would come of me having to take pictures of musicians while they're playing in a event, like a legitimate event.
Facts. And that's how I feel about the video thing, because it's like, if I never went through that struggle, it would have been crazy.
Yeah.
So what is the definition of an entrepreneur or entrepreneurship to you?
To me, an entrepreneurship to me is dang, that one's hard. I never really fully thought about it. But to me, she's like looking at you and smiling.
She's so cute. You okay? All right.
It's fine.
Really, baby, it's fine.
What you call it? So an entrepreneurship to me, or being an entrepreneur rather, I'd say is the taking the initiative to pursue a passion or a dream on the highest, to me, what can be the highest level of discipline, intentionality, and accountability. Because it's not something that you can just be like, one day you're like, I'm into this. This is all working out fine. And then the moment it stops looking fine, you're like, all right.
Yeah.
Done. It's something that you have to push through and be willing to go through the tough times and be willing to deal with the sweat, blood, and tears.
Facts.
And keep going.
I think for me, like, an entrepreneur is now making your passion. How can I put this? Trying to make your passion make you money. Because you could be an entrepreneur for a lot of things. Like, when I mean make you money, or because you could also be an entrepreneur for nonprofit as well. Meaning that doesn't make any money.
Yeah.
But your main goal is to always have that money to come in so you can uphold your nonprofit. But for me, I feel like an entrepreneur is like you have a deep passion for something, and now you're able to pursue that on a bigger level with the hopes and goals of it formulating some type of cash residual now coming into your pockets or coming into your nonprofit pockets. So when I think of like an entrepreneur, it is different than, like, how like running a business or having a business.
Yeah.
Because you can have a business and other people working for you.
Yeah, and feel no fulfillment.
Exactly. But once you're having an entrepreneur and it's like you have that passion behind it, now that's like a battery pack, all right? Like you said, your blood, sweat, and tears. Because now you're just like, all right, you know what? I may not be okay. Like, full transparency. The first video we ever uploaded on this joint, Jesus.
Was not perfect.
It was not perfect.
But it was necessary.
And it got the most views. But I remember one video, I was like, yo, I'm going to put this out. And it's about to get like 100.
Humbling.
Bro, the joint got like 10 views. And I was just like, jeez.
Humbling. But do you stop and be like, nah,
don't.
This is not for me? No, you got to push.
And I feel like a lot of people don't get to that point. It's like when you decide to pursue your passion, it's not going to work out the way how you think it's going to work out.
Man, I thought when I said that, yo, I'm about to open this baking business, it's going to have clients lining up. No. Very humbling.
Very humbling.
And it's not that I'm not a good baker. I am a good baker.
She's a great baker.
And presentation be
on point.
So it's not that the things that I need are not there. It's just you gotta let things run its course. You gotta earn that traction. And
I feel like and I think there's a road to getting that traction.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching this fellow entrepreneur, and he was putting in the work. And I think someone asked, what does luck means to you? He said, when preparation and opportunity meets. Because when you are preparing yourself, like for instance, we're preparing ourselves when it comes to blank pages, not for when we go viral. No.
Yeah.
What we're preparing for is to be able to produce on a high level with quality, and making sure that what we produce, we are standing behind, and what we produce, we're able to, like, there's some things where I'm going through, and I got to remember, like, dang, I got to eat my own words because I said it on the podcast. And because I said it on the podcast, it don't make no dang sense that I'm over here.
Yourself accountable.
Facts. And I feel like the preparation meets opportunity. If we ever get that opportunity where, let's say Spotify was like, yo, we want to sponsor your page. Here's some funds to it. We have been preparing for this time.
So now we can perform on the level
that we have been designed to perform, but not only designed, we've been prepping for.
Exactly.
And I feel like when you've been prepping for this time, or you've been prepping for quite a time, and it has now come to fulfillment because you've been putting in that work. And I'm sorry, the work takes years. Sometimes the work can be a little, like, for some people, they break off automatically.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you can't do
that.
And
it is what it is. It doesn't happen for everyone, though. And then again, you don't always know what preparation they did behind the scenes that may not automatically look like preparation. Maybe they've been doing this randomly for an extended period of time, or maybe whatever. Some people are just naturally gifted to do certain things, and certain things can pop off. But you do have others that haven't been doing it professionally or in the light for a while, and they've been doing it behind doors, and then they decide, hey, I'm gonna do this professionally, and it pops off, not because they're lucky, but because they're seasoned enough.
Yes.
So, sometimes you gotta marinate.
Yeah.
You gotta marinate just a little bit.
I keep on hearing other people say, like, if you're not willing to put in 5 years where you don't see any type of residual. And when I mean residual, I mean like the things that you're looking for. Like, I'm looking for 10,000 followers. I'm looking for, my reels to have at least, 15,000. 15,000 views with 600 likes. If you're not ready to go 5 years without seeing none of that,
then it ain't worth it to you.
And I feel like that's when it becomes, you have to make it a passion. Because in this passion of yours, you're not doing it because you want to see the the likes. You're not doing it because you want to see the followers. You're doing it just
because.
Now, granted, I'm not saying that the followers and the likes is
not
something that you don't
love
want.
Those. We love those, but that is not the driving reason that we are doing this. We're not doing this just for likes.
And just in the heat of things, you can actually like this video. You can like the podcast. You can share it. You can follow, subscribe. You can do all of that for us. Yeah. But that's not what keeps us doing it.
Yeah, that's not our reason.
Our reason is because it's
a byproduct of it being our passion.
Say it again.
It's your likes, your follows, your subscriptions, they are a byproduct.
They are a byproduct.
They are a byproduct of our passion. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
But that is not the reason that we do this.
Because let's say 2 years ago, and I'm still seeing the numbers I'm seeing now, I'm not stopping.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, the questions will not stop. These conversations will not stop. And it's going to keep going over and over. Our reasoning for starting this was so that we can have a place to, I guess, hold these conversations that we're having. Because we realize that we're having these conversations with multiple people. The same conversations.
Yeah.
So rather than just having the same conversations over and over and over again,
bring these people together. So
bring
we can
them
have
together.
It's like, I remember the first video was a vibe check, and if you haven't seen it, please go listen to it. Please go watch it. It's a 2-part series. Watch the first one and watch the second one. But however, the vibe check, I remember us saying the reason why we're doing this because it matters.
Yeah.
Because you don't really see regular schmegular people talking about their everyday lives and their everyday struggle and what they got to do every day in order to make it. And it not sounding like, I'm out here pushing the Zion at 5 o'clock. And no, you're hearing like, sometimes I don't even wake up at 5 o'clock. Sometimes I struggle to get out of bed at 6 o'clock, at 7 o'clock. But guess what? There's something in the back of my head that says, we got to do this. And guess what? I'm going to do it.
You got to do it.
And that's the thing. When you find, and I'm going right back to the vibe check. When you find comfort and intentionality amongst people who are like-minded, it gives you that extra boost in saying, granted, I'm not wanting to do this, but I am willing to. So I feel like when it comes to the entrepreneurs, it's also like, you're taking a big risk on yourself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
A big risk. Like to the point where sometimes I remember a lady at church asked me like why I'm not posting, like, or why I'm not telling people about this podcast. I believe in this podcast, but I got no time for the naysayers.
Sometimes a lot of people will talk down on your dream, your passion. People won't take the risk to invest in you if it's even just giving you a watch.
I think J. Cole said it was a time when he was becoming a rapper. He didn't even tell his mom.
Because he didn't want anyone to discourage him.
Exactly. He said he wanted to live in his delusion to the point where it's like, listen, I'm going to live in my delusion that I'm going to be the best rapper. And because I'm living in my delusion that I'm going to be the best rapper, I'm doing everything that I can do to be the best rapper. And I feel like we got to live in that delusional land, that Delulu land, real quick. Because by living in Delulu land, you're always thinking that you're the best, even when you're not. You're always thinking that you can do it, even if you can't. And it's that kind of positivity and cockiness that you kind of need.
Like, that's literally how I was like. I was literally scrolling on Instagram, seeing other people with their treats and whatnot. I was like, I could do this.
Facts.
And do it better.
Because I feel like the moment you over here trying to battle someone else, but not battle yourself, is the moment you start losing.
Yeah, I had to battle myself. Because I knew that, at least for me, where my battle came in was, I can whip up cupcakes real quick and easy. No problem. I've been doing that for years.
Yeah.
Been doing that for years. Been whipping up cakes for years. That is the easy part for me. The hard part is being intentional about the presentation and how I put it together and the vision that I have. Because with every order that I have, there's a vision.
True. I remember we even came when I came to the taste test, and I was just like, so you like, listen. You're only here to taste it. I have what I already needed.
Exactly.
We did this in a consultation. You told me what you needed. You told me what you needed to see. That's all I need from you. Oh, no problem, Tony. Yeah, I'll shut the hell up.
And did I deliver?
She delivered and then did some. I did not expect to see everything on that cake that I even saw. So yeah, she did.
And I had to batter myself and say, hey, I have to be intentional about this. Yeah, the cake tastes good, but I need for it to look good. This is what I want to portray to my clients. This is where the passion really kicks into full effect. The presentation that matches the taste.
Yeah. I feel like when we are able to accomplish what we have designed for our business or what we have designed for our product that is going to be of great quality, that's like a high.
Yeah. Oh man, I was on a high that morning. I was. When I put the final touches on, I was like, yeah.
Facts.
I did this.
Facts. That's how I felt when I started to do the thumbnails.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, because I remember you just like, maybe you should start trying to take pictures of them. And I was just like, yeah, but I like to see the reactions within the podcast as well. And when I was able to put the thumbnails together and make it look designed, and I was just like, yo, this is something that I normally see on someone else's page. And I was just like, yo, no. You're not battling that person. You're battling yourself. And I was just like, man.
Once you knew what you were looking for.
And was able to accomplish it.
And you were able to accomplish it. You were like, I got this. I figured this out.
And it feels good. And I feel like that's one of the highs of being like an entrepreneur. Is you're able to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish, but it's not just you accomplishing it. It's you putting the time, the effort. It's that effort that you got to put in,
and the discipline. I had to be disciplined.
I feel like we taking all of the first episode to what? We're on episode 9 to the 8th episode and crunching into because this is what it's about.
Yeah.
Because we talked about the discipline, we talked about the passion, we talked about the consistency. The only thing we haven't talked about is the self-awareness and this versus self-consciousness. But it's literally the effort and the discipline that you got to put in order to make it right. And I'm let's just be honest here. We ain't perfect over here either.
Not at all.
We still struggling over here.
We still struggling because let me tell you, that week. I told you I was going through it that week. I was going through a lot that week, but I said, I have got to get this cake done. I had another order along with his that I needed to also finish. I was like, I got to get these things done. This is what it takes. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up 3:00 in the morning and put everything together because this is what it takes.
Yes.
Blood, sweat, and tears.
Facts. Especially when you start creating it from scratch and everything. Like, yo, you don't.
Sweat, and tears.
I'm finding more enjoyment in the stuff that we're dropping than I'm getting the views or whatnot.
Yeah.
Because I can sit back and be like,
yeah,
I did that.
Yeah.
Like, I did that. Like, who did it? Nobody else. I remember someone asked me, he's like, yo, who's editing your videos to look good? I was like, me, myself, and I.
Me.
Like
earlier today, I showed you something that I put together.
Yeah.
And I was like,
me.
I did that.
And it feels good when you can be able to present it. Because now, I remember, I think it was within our first 3 episodes, Janika was watching it. And she's like, yo, babe, you're creating a legacy. And I was just like, yeah. And she was like, creating a legacy for the kids, because when your kids grow up, they're able to see their father.
Everything from the beginning.
Exactly, on YouTube.
From the beginning. And that's what I meant when I said it's evergreen.
And she's like, even if they can't access on YouTube, they can go to the podcast. And if they can't access to the podcast, you have it on Instagram. And if you don't have it on Instagram no more, you have a Facebook community. And if you don't have a Facebook, I'm like,
there's always there is a piece of it somewhere. You have sown seeds. You have planted seeds in all these different platforms.
And I literally, if you would have told me this a good year and a half ago, I'd been like, nah, this ain't me. And I feel like it's that legacy that you are able to just leave. Like you have put a stamp on something where you're like, nah, I have gone through the mud for this.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're able to do that, and then also you always need a support system behind you. And that's why I'm really grateful for you and Ray. Because I remember when I came to y'all
just like say less.
Unfortunately, they are the reason why we doing videos.
You mean Fortunately.
Unfortunately.
Why unfortunately?
You know how I'm backwards with things. Like, unfortunately, I'm gonna do it, and I like doing it, but it's just they
he don't like to admit what he need to admit. You're welcome.
Yeah. But it was good. It was good to hear her say that. And then Rashad, I remember when he was seeing it, he was like, "Yo, you're creating your own empire, where you are now the boss of your own empire, because you have a vision." And you're now able to tell your friends about this vision.
Yes.
And little do you know, your friends are technically your little employees or your little leaders. And I was just like, no, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I remember I gave Ray the power to be like, nah, we're doing X, Y, and Z. And the day that I went against Ray, the power that I gave to Ray, we had our first mishap where the video went out.
Yeah.
And I remember the second time, Ray was like, nah, he's using this camera. And I was like, yes, I was like, yes, he is. I shut up. Because at that moment, I was just like, listen, you're building an empire. And yes, you are maybe the boss, quote unquote, for it. But you have give people divinity and leadership over your empire as well.
And trust it.
And trust the process.
Not just trust the process, but trust in the leadership and the power that you have given to for example, Ray and I.
Yeah.
Trust that he has an insight as to what he's talking about and a reason as to why he's like, hey, we should do this way.
Facts. So yeah, I love what you said about trust because I feel like within the entrepreneurship journey or being an entrepreneur, you have to trust that process that's going on. And once you are able to build like a support system, not saying that you always got to do it by yourself, but when doing it by yourself, it becomes hard. So when you're able to employ people or empower people, you also have to put that trust that you do trust that they're going to do what you ask them to do at the level of that you're looking for. I remember in our first few meetings, I did express like, what I wanted. Yeah. And it felt kind of weird because y'all my best friends. And I'm just like, I'm talking to y'all like a boss. Like,
you have a vision for what you want. And you have to express that so that it can be fulfilled.
I felt like after that first few meetings with us, I was like, all right, this is what I want. And I'm now able to express that to y'all. And I loved how you guys were able to come behind me and was just like, yo, we are behind your vision. We believe in your vision, not because you're our best friend, but mostly because we know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
We feel you. And it was just like, I finally found some type of support. Because one of the things about being an entrepreneur, like one of the lows is just that mental and that emotional toll it takes on you.
Yeah.
It's taxing.
It's very taxing. It's so... It's not for the weak or the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
No, for real. Because like I'm going through it now. So I know how taxing it can be when you don't have a support system.
Yeah. And it feels like, it's like you have an imposter syndrome. Like, why you really believe that you can do this?
Literally.
Like, who are you to be doing this? And you're just like, well, yeah, who am I? Like, yeah, I just be baking for fun, but why am I taking it to a professional level?
Exactly.
But I've heard before, like imposters don't have imposter syndrome. If you ever look in like in any of the movies or any of like the TV shows, when someone is faking to be someone else, they don't believe that they're not that person because they already know that they're not that person. But you who are the actual person is having this little voice in your head that's making you believe that you're not that guy.
And you're putting in the work.
Exactly.
You're legit you're putting in the time you need to get it done. You're disciplined, you're being intentional, you're taking the time to learn what other skills you need to learn in order to support this passion, and it's like it really plays on your mental.
Facts. And the thing about it is that I love how you say you're putting in the time and the effort. That's a sacrifice.
Big sacrifice.
Because sometimes you got to tell people that you want to hang out. I can't do it right now.
I can't. I want to, but I cannot.
It takes a sacrifice from like your personal life. It takes a sacrifice from your finances. It takes a sacrifice from some of your relationships.
It sure does. Because sometimes I gotta be like, guys, I gotta bake, and they're like, oh.
I'm happy with the best friends that I have. My best friend Alexa, when we were trying to do things, I was like, I gotta go edit. I gotta put some time into editing, and she's like, oh, great. And I'm so happy for my wife because when it's time for me to grind, she would be like, it's time for you to grind. I understand. And I'm just like, babe, I'm sorry, I can't. And she's like, no, don't be sorry. Like, I know. You have to sacrifice this time in order for it to be good.
Yeah, you have to be willing to make those sacrifices. Like, even with like my cousins, so thankful for them. They're like, the moment I'm like, guys, I got a bake, they're like, oh, say less.
Facts.
It's okay. My cousin, hey Cheyenne.
Hi, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne be jumping in and helping me. Cheyenne is an amazing sous chef. Okay? She jumps in. And I'm grateful for the support.
Yeah.
I've been needing it. I'm telling you. But it's and it's not just a sacrifice for you, but it's also sometimes a sacrifice for them.
True. Because maybe they want that alone time with you. Maybe they've been missing to just talk to you, or maybe they have something on their mind that they want to share. But because you're actually putting in some work in doing something that's for yourself, to be honest, because it's somewhat selfish.
Yeah.
But because it's for yourself, but to build up yourself, they're willing to sacrifice that want, that need, that special time to be like, you know what? Go bake.
Sacrifice is the water that will make your seed of success grow.
Say that again. Because we're making that into a post. I kid you not. I kid you not. And when this is done, I'm going to ask you for those lyrics, put it into Canva, and then we're making it a post.
Man. Sacrifice is the water that will make your seed of success grow.
Facts.
In order for you to succeed, you have to make the sacrifices. If you don't make the sacrifices, you'll get nowhere. So,
also, I feel like because that's good. Because that sacrifice is
the biggest part of it.
What? And I feel like when you are able to have that sacrifice, understanding that there's a risk.
Oh yeah. It's a risk that things won't turn out the way you want it to.
But the thing about it is, when you are able to have that risk, is how you're going to be able to now. What are you going to do about it?
How do you navigate it? How do you minimize the
Because I
risk?
think it was you who told me that, L's is not really a loss. It's just a learning moment.
It's a
what
lesson
are you taking? And just to go based off what your seeds are. I feel like if sacrifice is going to be the water for your success, then you learning the lessons, or you taking those L's, actively taking those L's, is going to be the sunlight that makes it grow as well.
Yeah.
Because, my friend, let's try to be transparent. We just had like a debacle right now. One of the cameras just literally went out.
It went out. God.
And we had to sit here and be like, what are we about to do? Are we about to record another one on another day and probably push back a post? Or are we going to sit here and figure out what to do? And we figured out what to do.
We figured it out.
And I feel like if you're not actively losing, you're not doing anything.
And let's break it down even more. How we said that L's are not just losses, they're lessons.
Yeah.
What was the lesson in that? The lesson in it was that we had the wrong charging cord.
Facts.
For it. We had to sit down and go back over how we got this wrong. How we got it wrong? We used the wrong charging cord. Used the wrong one. And we highlighted that. And then we sat down and we said, hey, the last time we did this wasn't the cord we used.
No, it was not.
So we went back to find the answer. We got the cord that we used the last time. And now we good to go.
Facts. And now we know when we are using this camera, we use that cord.
The lesson
has been learned.
But
and a lot of people
got it right.
But there's a lot of people that get to that point where the lesson is there. They're not just willing to go a step further to learn.
They won't go back, say, hey, I got this wrong. Let me see why I got this wrong. What did I do different than I did the last time? Because I got it right the last time.
True, you did.
Got it right the last time. So what did I do different now?
To get this now right. Like what check on to get this now wrong? Because what did I what went wrong? I'm literally looking at your mic. I was like, yo, your mic is not green. No, it is. Oh, it is green. But I was looking at it. I was just like,
wait a minute.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something is off. It's like something is off, literally. And I was like, dang it. And while we were sitting there going through the schedule, I was just like, hold on. Let's just look at the video.
Yeah.
Where did we stop? And when I realized, like, literally, we stopped within a good moment, I was just like, oh,
only been like 5-6 minutes.
Yeah,
we could finish this up.
So it was just like, I feel like, granted, you know, the risk and the losing factor is one of the lows of being an entrepreneur. But I feel like the way how you handle it, that's what makes it a high.
Ooh. What did you say? I'd say... My mind is turning right now. So you said that the losses would be the sunshine, the failures?
Yeah.
I'll take it a step further and say the failures will be the, what's the other word for soil?
Manure?
Is that the one? Is that the word they use in planting when you need
nutrients for the plants? Yeah, you can use manure. You can use
fertilizer. So you know how the fertilizer boosts the growth.
Yeah.
I go as far as to say that the failures can be the fertilizer to your success.
Yo, if y'all need like a copy of this, just let us know in the comments, please. Just shoot us an email or something, or I don't know. Like, let us know.
Because I say that because depending on the failure, depending on how you handle it, that will make or break.
And to be honest, when it comes to plants, you just can't use any type of fertilizer. Each plant needs a certain type of fertilizer. And I feel like when it comes to failure, you just can't tackle everything the same way how you tackled the last time.
Has to be different.
I was watching this short documentary of this baseball league. I think it's called like Banana, something like
Banana.
I don't know, but it's like this funny baseball league, and they do like, theatrics while they play baseball, and they're big.
Oh.
But he was talking about how they kept on actively failing. He said that the first time they opened up, they did an all-you-can-eat buffet, but they saw the failure in that.
Yeah.
People was waiting 2 to 3 hours to get something to eat.
Yeah.
They said, we can't do that again. They realized that the first time they went live on ESPN, their first national broadcasting cut out. Within the first inning, it was just like, we realized that we had to get something else and I guess they had to do like something with the hardware. They got bigger and better hardware. And he's just like, if we stopped at every failure, we would have never been to the place that we are now. And this is why I feel like with Blank Pages, we may fail at some things, but if we're not actively failing, we're not actively trying.
Exactly.
Because in the trying, you're going to fail. In the trying is not always going to succeed. But in the trying, you're going to learn something that, I'm no longer trying. Yeah. I'm just doing.
Yeah. Those failures were the nutrients to how you got to where you are now.
Yo. Yeah, just start ripping pages out of Tony Ann's book real quick. Because she over here just dropping these gemstones to the treasure chest. And I'm hoping y'all picking it up on this.
Oh, man.
It cannot be better said, bro. Because if you're over here failing, just thank you. Granted, some failures are bigger or like a blow to the gut. But guess what? If you never failed the first time and the second time, you wouldn't have this opportunity to fail this third time.
Yeah.
Now, what you going to do this third time so you can have an opportunity to fail the fourth time? Because I'm looking for the failure with Blank Pages where we are now going live in front of audiences. And guess what? We sold too many tickets and there's not enough seats.
Yeah. Now you're gonna
give me that failure, bro.
Standing seats.
Facts. I'm like, sorry guys, you know what? We're gonna have to open up another venue.
That would be how we pivot.
Exactly.
And I didn't even know about standing seats until in South Korea. They were like, oh, regular seats are out, but there are standing seats. What? That means you have a place. It's just not, you just don't sit. You stand for the ride.
And if you're willing to stand through one of our live shows,
we want you.
Yeah, we want you. We want you. We want you. If you're willing to stand for the live show, yo.
But that would be the pivot for that moment. That would be the pivot for that moment.
Yeah, because there's no way you're able to progress in life without failing. No. There's nothing that you have ever done in life. You tell me one thing that you have started in life that the first time you have done it, it was perfect.
There's nothing perfect.
The only thing I have done perfectly just starting off in life was sleep. When you was a baby, when you came out your mother's room, you cried and then you went to sleep. That's the only thing you did perfectly. You didn't go to sleep when you was a baby? Exactly. But besides that, anything you put your mind to.
I don't think it was perfect though.
Do you remember your first sleep?
No, I don't remember my first sleep. I just know there were challenges.
But I'm saying, like, whenever you put your mind to do something, there's always that uphill battle.
Always.
Always.
And it's a matter of, are you going to give up or are you going to keep pushing through?
And I feel like depending on where you start in life, because I remember complaining.
No, not to cut you. But no matter where you start in life, you'll always have an uphill battle. Maybe different than everyone else's. Because everybody starts in different stages in different places, but there will always be that uphill battle.
I remember starting off and I was, venting to my wife. And I was just like, why it feels like there's some people that take escalators to their destination, some people that take elevators to their destination. The destination is going up. Some people have stairs. Some people have ladders. But I'm over here climbing it through my bare hands.
Rock
climbing it. And like you said, everyone does have their obstacles because you go into an elevator, it could get stuck. If you go into an escalator, along the way, it might get stuck, but you can lubricate it and the wheels can go.
Not even that. Your muscles might not be developed for the next level.
Hold on, I'm not even, you jumping into spots where I'm not even there yet. You might take the stairs, you might get tired, you might take the ladder. But she was just like, but babe, if you're rock climbing up there, when you hit the top, don't you think you're going to be well more developed? Don't you think you're going to be well more, what's the word, fortified?
Yeah.
Than the people who had the easier route? You out here rock climbing it up there. Aren't rock climbers like massively strong and ripped? She was like, don't be, and she's one of the reasons, my father, my mother, is the three reasons as to why I'm hella comfortable rock climbing up to this destination. Because she reminded me back when my parents was just like, yo, we raise warriors. Warriors are the ones who are ready to go inside battle, even with a pitchfork or a spoon.
Or whatever, even wounded, even hurt, even exhausted. Sometimes they don't get time to recover, but they rushing in. Why? Because they're a warrior. It's in their blood.
Facts. So what essential skills?
Ooh.
Because we coming into a close. What essential skills do you think is needed for an entrepreneur?
Discipline.
I'll say resilience. I even go for a step further, because yes, you could be resilient, but I think adaptability.
Definitely adaptability, because anything can happen. You have to be able to pivot.
Facts. I was waiting for you to say that. If you wasn't going to say the word, I was going to say it. Because you got to pivot. Because some challenges is not going to hit you the same way the last challenge is going to hit you.
No, and it could be the same challenge. It just be something that's minutely different that you have to adapt to within the spirit of it. What was it? What happened with one of the cakes? the frosting wasn't becoming firm enough for me to like smooth it out completely. And I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? Right. This is not being smooth. It's not firming up the way I need it to firm up. And it's not that it couldn't be firm. It's just that it just wasn't doing what I needed it to do in that moment. And to overcome it, what did I do? Say, okay, I'm going to crush up some of these cupcakes and use that as the outer layer. So said, so done. And now it's one of the things that I do as like a staple.
Facts, because I'm over here eating this cake. I'm like, oh my God, it got cake bites on cake bites, bro. I believe another thing, especially for our faith-based entrepreneurs, is that you, if you don't have God at the helm of your ship, it's going to crash.
Yeah. And God has to be your anchor.
Yeah.
Do it all.
Because granted, you might be going on your journey and your ship might have holes in it. But like a good shipsman, they know how to patch up a hole.
Yeah.
Like a good, any type of ship person that fixes ship, because I don't know the right terminology for them, but let's call it shipsman, right? Any type of shipman that can go on a long distance knows that there's active work that has to go into improving the ship along its journey.
Along the way.
Because your ship can go from point A to point B, but it may not look the same. It might be improved. But if you don't have God at the helm of it, your ship is going to crash and burn, and then you're going to have to wonder what you're going to have to do again if you're only trying to do it yourself. I got to say, if God was not the helm of Blank Pages, I don't know, we would not have been made it to this episode 9.
You probably wouldn't.
You probably wouldn't, because I still would have been selfish. I still would have tried to been doing the solo dolo. I probably would never have called you and Ray and had that opening crying moment. I don't give a dang, Tony, and stop laughing at me. This opening vulnerable moment with your guys to tell you, like, I have a problem with asking for help. Can you help me? Stop laughing. Stop laughing.
I can't.
I know you can't. But yeah, I feel like for especially our faith-based listeners, if you're not faith-based, I don't know what. I'm sorry. I'm heavily in faith. I'm sorry. I am a Christian wholehearted. I'm a Christ follower. So without him at the helm of my ship, there's nothing I can do.
We wouldn't be where we are. We wouldn't be who we are. It's not just saying it just to say it. It's saying it because we live it. And
thank you.
This is our world.
Yeah, we don't.
This is the sphere we operate within. So.
We don't talk the talk. We actually walk the walk. And I can honestly say, if you looking at us to be perfect,
I'm not perfect.
You need to go find Jesus, because that's the only perfect person I can present you to.
I'm not perfect. I'm nice.
She's very nice.
I'm not perfect.
But yeah, she not perfect. We're not perfect. I'm not perfect. But however, I feel like those are the essential skills, especially like resilience, especially pivoting, especially for our faith base, having God. Like, you got to have all those things, because once you are able to grasp those things, you're able to grasp new things. Determination is going to come with that.
Yeah.
Perseverance is going to come with that. Focus is going to come with that.
God will give you the clarity on how to adapt. Adaptation looks different to everyone, and some adaptation it has to evolve in certain ways, because it could be the same problem, the same issues, but again, there could be something minutely different that you have to evolve in order to overcome.
So if you had a page out of your book, because you already torn out a lot of page for our page turners out here, and your book probably empty, but if you had any other loose leaf paper for us, what page would you give our page turners?
My page today would be I would say push through the noise. What do I mean? I mean, push through the noise of the doubt, the noise of the failure, the noise of whatever naysayer, whatever is going on. Just push through. push through it, because that is how you're going to build your resilience. And that is how you're going to get to the 5 years that you need to get to in order to start seeing the benefits of what you've been doing. Push through.
Bet. For my page turners, one thing I want to say is focus on that one skill that you have that's like an ironclad skill. I can honestly say for me, one of my skills that I've had that's an ironclad skill is that I'm able to hold a conversation. And then focus on another skill that you need to develop that's already good, that you want to make it great. Because I feel like it's very easy for us to focus on the lack that we do have when we don't even see the abundance that we already possess. So focus on the abundance, and don't count yourself short, because you focus on it. Even if you have to go journal it, write it down. Focus on your abundance instead of what you are lacking.
Yeah.
Because it's in that abundance that can make up for the lack.
Your abundance will make up for the lack. That's why it's called abundance.
Yeah.
It's overflowing. It's more than what you need.
It's more than enough.
It's more than enough. It's enough abundance.
Yeah. And on that note, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching.
Yeah.
If you guys want to listen to us, we are on iHeartRadio, Apple Radio, and Spotify as well. And if you want to watch us, we are on YouTube. Instagram and TikTok. Thank you. It's BLNK_PGZ, like pages. Yeah, play jizz. Man, I like how that sounds, you know. Thank you, and always keep turning. Thank you.